We are here at the Mammoth Film Festival. I'm here with Peter Facinelli, the one and only. How are you tonight?
Yeah. Really good, really good. We're excited to be here.
Yeah, how's the festival been treating you so far?
Oh, it's so fun. I'm a judge on the jury. I'm judging full-length features, so I got to see some really cool flicks. It's the first time I actually judged well, that's not true. I was on the Tribeca Film Festival, but I did shorts there, and this one was full-length. So to watch like 10 to 12 really cool full-length features, and it's so beautiful to see people go out and make this art that now is in a festival that people get to judge, and that's an extraordinary thing to have made your project. It's so hard to make a movie.
It really is,
The fact that any of these movies are done and in the can and made, and got into a festival, that shows that they're, separates them from others.
Yeah, it's a celebration. I'm glad that you pointed that out, because a lot of indie filmmakers it's a labor of love for them. So that's great that you're.
Hard. I mean, I just directed my first feature. I know that directing a feature, it's 2 to 3 years of your life,
Yeah, that's right.
And you better love it in order to put that amount of time into it.
Yeah, no, you nailed it. The actors, everybody, production is the fun part, and then the director's the one that sort of sticks around for post-production and the marketing and all that good stuff. But what made you want to be a part of this festival? Is this the first annual?
This is the first annual. I have some friends who put it together, and I was incredibly impressed by them and their desire to actually do a festival up here, their commitment to get it done. They asked me to be a part of it, and I said it's such a great opportunity for filmmakers to get together. I celebrate all the time when filmmakers are able to come together.
Yeah,
to have that creative space where it's just we inspire each other. I'm so inspired by the films that I saw, and inspired by the people that are here, because they're all such creative forces in their own right, and so it just makes you want to go out and create good art.
Oh my God, I love it. You're so inspiring.
Yeah. Well, they inspire me.
They do, yeah. So real quick, so when you're judging a film, and let's say they're both really good, up to par, what sort of becomes the deciding factor for you?
Whichever one pays me the most. No. Honestly, it was so hard, and it put a whole new perspective on films for me, because you look at movies like in the Oscars, you're like, oh, these are the top 5 or 6 choices. It's like all of them are good, and all of them are winners. So how do you say this one's better than the other? It's because it's art, because it's subjective, Something that I like, that's why you have a panel, because they look at consistently, well, this judge liked this one, and maybe this one liked this one, and that choice was number 2, but this one keeps popping up, and then they have to make an overall decision. So art and movies are so subjective, and I say that all the time, and it's like, everybody has a different opinion on them, and so who am I to judge? But when you have a panel of them, then you see which one gets the most.
Kind of gets the most votes, a consensus,
But again, it's when it came down to my top 3 or 4 to choose that one that was like.
Is that really difficult?
It was so difficult. I was like, well, first of all, they're different genres, so it's hard to pick, because you're like, well, this one's great for this genre, this one's great for this genre. So I had to really go back and say, well, which one of these was I engaged throughout? Which one of these had overall the best actor, the best cinematography, the lighting, just kind of conquered all facets of the filmmaking, and not just one piece. And then I made my decisions from there. But it was still tough.
It was tough, I could tell. And then last question. So you've been in dozens of film, and TV shows. Everybody knows you. But I'm curious. What project do people recognize you the most from? Would you say?
Oh my God! I get stopped on the streets all the time, and I never know. They're like, I never know what they're gonna say they know me from. They're like, oh my God, I love your work, and I'm like, so I ask, I say, well, what do you know me from? And sometimes those completely surprise me. Like one time there was a big burly guy, and he's like, oh my God, I love your work, and I was like thinking, well, what action show or what? And he was like, I said, what show did you? What do you know me from? I said, Nurse Jackie, and I was like, I can't imagine this burly guy going, can't go out tonight, gotta wash Nurse Jackie. You know? And he totally threw me.
Like a beer on the couch,
Yeah, so I was like, you know, you never, again, it's subjective, you never know what, but the fact that the fans like what I do, I always joke, because I've done action, drama, comedy, romantic comedy, I've done so many different genres, sci-fi, I mean, people know me from Twilight, and, you know.
I know you from Can't Hardly Wait, by the way.
I mean, I still get quotes,
quotes,
people still yell quotes out at me. Who's gonna want you now, man, duh. You know, so it's great, because that shows that movie lasted, and you know, when a movie lasts 10, 15 years, you know, there's something good about that film. But for me, like, whenever I engage with a fan, I'm just excited that I made something that they like. It's art that they appreciate, that I can inspire them or move them in some way.
Is that the best part of what you do? Yeah,
I mean, taking people on an emotional journey. You know, being able to like let them forget their lives for a second and then take them on this roller coaster of emotion, whether you're making them laugh or making them smile or cry. Like, it's a wonderful feeling to be able to do that.
That's great. Cool. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.